SMT Nation, we back. We've got two pieces to cover in today's video. I'll put the links in the description for both articles, and I'll try to remember to put in timestamps for these so that way you can go back and re-listen to certain things if you want. Starting with the first article from Fierce, I also think the second one is. The first one, Verizon challenges Comcast Xfinity 5G marketing claims. Okay, before I even dissect this at all or summarize it, Verizon is the mobile network operator that serves Xfinity mobile customers, right? So Xfinity's mobile services go through the Verizon network. So this is kind of interesting. Comcast was told to tone down some of its messaging so that it doesn't give the impression consumers will save massive amounts of money by switching to Xfinity. All right, so we've seen this before with the NAD, part of the Better Business Bureau, where they recommend to companies to like discontinue certain marketing terminology, verbiage, or claims. So comparing certain brands and offers from certain carriers, they really seem to come down hard when they feel like there's an exaggeration or an embellishment. So the NAD found that although it is unlikely that any reasonable consumer would expect to save enough money that they could literally purchase thousands of concert tickets or dozens of bags of groceries as depicted in the commercial, they may still take away a message that they can obtain massive savings from switching to Xfinity. So it looks to me like maybe during the commercial, Xfinity was saying, hey, switch from, the big operators like Verizon, come to our network, get the same network access, and then save money in the process. And you could spend it on stuff like concerts and whatever else. Anyways, uh, we've seen these types of exaggerations. This is not the first time. We've seen AT&T attack T-Mobile. We've seen Verizon attack AT&T. We've seen T-Mobile attack AT&T and Verizon. It goes all over the place here. All right, so this will continue to be a problem. It's not going to end anytime soon, and we can expect to see more of this in the future. It says when we talk about net ads, sometimes we need to remember that many of those net ads in the market that's in the switcher pool, they came to the Verizon network, but they are not branded Verizon. These are things that I've talked about before. Verizon doesn't feel bad about losing customers to the wholesalers all that much because they're still on the Verizon network. Sure, they might not be getting the ARPU, but they are keeping the customer, and those customers are not going to competitors of other networks. Some of that traffic on the Verizon network means Verizon charges wholesale revenue, and they're good with that. All right, last piece here. This one, the T-Mobile story. The CEO marks progress in decomming the Sprint network. This one is linked in the description box. T-Mobile, less than 2.5 years into the completion of its merger with Sprint, substantially decommed the entire Sprint network. So for those of you that have been tracking this on the channel, they've shut down basically the entire Sprint network at this point. This would include their CDMA side, the 3G side. I think they also shut down their 2G network. The last thing that's running for T-Mobile, I think they've shut down their 3G network. I think they just have some 2G left, and everything moving forward is going to be LTE and 5G. He said this is substantially done as we speak today, according to T-Mobile's president and CEO, Mike Sievert, during an appearance Wednesday at Goldman Sachs Technology Conference in San Francisco. He said, we have delivered consistent, reliable growth, 13.2 million postpaid net adds since the merger, more than AT&T and Verizon combined. Well, saying Verizon, just you're going to have losses there, so that actually makes the number lower. All right, just saying. Sizing up the market, here's this segment. T-Mobile has to do with a lot of their past weaknesses. T-Mobile's just trying to move on from that, right? Back in the day when their market share was in the teens, in some cities, T-Mobile's market share is over 50%, and in some places it's still very low, right? You think about their involvement in enterprise and government, it's probably just around 10% market share. They want to double that. So for them, it's going to be about scaling, improving the reliability and availability of the network, creating relationships with enterprise. They have a lot of what they call room to run, or they have a high run rate. They discuss those types of things all the time. Their postpaid churn in terms of T-Mobile branded is really low. It says 0.8%, including Sprint. So the Sprint churn is done. Customers that had Sprint that are currently with T-Mobile, if they haven't left yet, right, they're probably going to be staying. They're happy with their bill. They're happy with whatever they have. It's happened for the first time ever. Well, I don't know if it's first time ever, but in a long time that I can remember, where T-Mobile's postpaid churn is lower than Verizon's. So people are now starting to leave Verizon and they're exploring other options. They might be staying on the Verizon network through MVNO, but they're leaving Verizon proper and they're exploring opportunities to churn, right? So the marketplace is very different now. And T-Mobile has been winning in a lot of these metrics and a lot of these ways. All right. So in that respect, I think T-Mobile has done great things for their business, focusing on growth while the company like Verizon is not. They're focusing on profit and premium customers and wholesaling and all of that. I feel like they've all kind of settled into what they want to do in the marketplace. And AT&T is growing through promotions and fiber and all that. They all kind of have their own niche in the marketplace now. If you're with a company and you don't like what they're doing, chances are another company might be doing what you want. And you can explore them and find a good deal or, find the services you're looking for. What do you guys think about this? I mean, I'll ask you personally, in your experience, do you guys see that they've made a huge progression in the network and decomming Sprint and making the network more reliable and stabilizing it and all these things? I mean, look, they let go of a lot of engineers, so whatever issues they have, they must feel confident that they moved on from them. Just saying. Comment down below. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more, and turn on the bell notification icon so you can never miss an upload. Links in the description for my Twitter. My Gmail address is in the description for business inquiries and my Patreon page. And somebody's going to tell you guys something. We out this piece.
Bye.